that they was gonna like slide on you. How would that happen? Like, you blind. I'm just wondering this, like, how are you gonna like do anything if you blind? You can't see. You can't even. Don't come for me. I just flatlined your best friend. What you wanna do? He's never coming back, and that's that. Let's just call me truth.
Yo, man, baby down from ILG 92nd Street.
Munchie B, Inglewood family gangsters. Red Bull, non-do Inglewood family.
Yeah, blue cheek boy. You over here.
What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? We're Trap Top at NTN and Trap News Network. Back in the same, like it, cracking the same here at 10 and Trap News Network. It's that good news. You can use that getting out of the Jeep though. You ain't finna get nobody's college Jeep though, man. I'm outside watching my kids do their 1-2 step like Sierra. So with that being said, I ain't finna hold y'all too long with the intro, but like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell here. Also tapped in for the latest and the greatest what we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Let's get into this content. Let's go.
Popping in, talking about all this, the stink team, this stink team, that, cause you know, Robbie going back and forth, nigga. Stink team on the dead homies, you know what's going on. Dead homies, your boy got you stepped on. On the dead homies, nigga, we ain't gonna do too much talking about that, but nigga.
With my record, I can never go to Dubai. He's never coming back, and that's that. I said it 2 times.
As we slowly head into the 3rd year anniversary of the death of Drakeo the Ruler, people in Los Angeles, California are still at odds with how they felt about the artist. The conversation on rather Drakeo the Ruler should have been represented at the pop-out show performed by Kendrick Lamar. It seems as though people in California are still heavily opinionated about the fallen rapper. In case you just don't know, or you've been living...
Now that's real. The Drakeo situation will always be controversial. We'll always have a yes, have a no, have a do, have a don't, have a will, have a won't. And that's because so many different people are coming from it from different angles and different levels of understanding or lack thereof. So, yeah, it's a tricky one.
Under a rock for the past 10 years, Drakeo the Ruler is one of the most influential rappers to come out of South Central Los Angeles in the past 10 years. Now, Drakeo the Ruler was actually fatally stabbed at a music festival in Los Angeles, California. The 28-year-old rapper, whose real name was Daryl Caldwell, had been scheduled to perform at the Once Upon a Time in LA festival on that Saturday night. Now, he would get into a scuffle backstage where they were clearly outnumbered, but Drakeo the Ruler was infamously known for taunting all of his ops, mainly the Inglewood family gangster Bloods.
And this shit getting nigga weird.
Drakeo the Ruler and a few of the Stink team members would be seen fighting with a sea of red. Completely outnumbered, some of the Stink team members would begin to retreat and then eventually start to run. While running away, we were able to see Ralphie the Plug throw a karate kick. While other Stink team members were retreating, Drakeo the Ruler was seen still squabbling, and then he would go down to the ground.
Drakeo literally fought to his last breath. He went out, you know, doing his 1-2.
Now, what seemed like a normal squabble, possibly a knockout, actually ended up being a very unfortunate event. Drakeo the Ruler was stabbed.
Times and Rolling Stone are now reporting rapper Drakeo the Ruler was the victim in last night's scuffle behind the stage at the Once Upon a Time in LA Music Festival. Eyewitness News reporter Leticia Juarez live outside Bank of California Stadium where it all happened. Leticia, what's the latest?
Well, good morning to you, John. Yeah, we're outside the Exposition Park where that stabbing took place. We're still waiting to hear from officials to give us the official word on the victim's identity. But as you mentioned, the LA Times reporting that 28-year-old Drakeo the Ruler was the victim of that fatal stabbing. Now, we have some video from an Eyewitness News viewer. Let's go ahead and take a look at that news to the stabbing. Now, that viewer tells us he believes this is what led up to the violence. This all happening around 8:40 last night during the Once Upon a Time LA Festival concert. That's when investigators say that some...
That's sad. That's the only rapper in LA history to ever be unalived at work.
Sort of altercation took place. Witnesses saying that altercation taking place backstage. Now, the victim was taken to the hospital in critical condition, but according to the sources, he has later died. The LA...
Now, while he was on the ground, people were still kicking and stomping on him as he bled profusely from his neck wound. And amongst those in attendance for the brutal stomping out and then slaying of Drakeo the Ruler would be Munchie B. Now, before y'all get on here and say, oh, Cliff, you being the police, he literally just went on the podcast and talked about this. Okay, got it. So Munchie B would go on a podcast, Barry on J. Key podcast, and he was asked about, is there any respect at all there for Drakeo the Ruler? And Munchie B's response, let's just say, it's not what I expect. Now, just in case you did not know, Drakeo the Ruler was indicted and arrested for a homicide that would involve one of Munchie B's partners. Red Bull, who unfortunately in this event was the victim of a sling. Drakeo the Ruler would have multiple songs referencing the killing, and his main phrase being he's never coming back, and that's that. And not only that, Drakeo the Ruler, when he came home in 2020, would go on a No Jumper platform and imply that something very terrible happened to Munchie B in the county jail. He would imply that Munchie B had peanut butter stuffed up his bongo.
Did you see the part where
About the peanut butter?
no, peanut butter?
My bad.
Who got peanut butter?
That's a whole nother situation. Yeah, they might come for you after Adam. Street shit. My bad.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Stay away from it, Adam. I don't want to say nothing about peanut butter, whatever the fuck that is.
What would you do if somebody put peanut butter in your ass?
Oh my God. Well, it would really depend on the person.
Now here you have Adam 22 with Munchie B as host at No Jumper. So that was an interesting shift in dynamic right here.
Yeah, I know that sounds real crazy, but for some reason, this is a rumor that people in Los Angeles are running with now. I don't think that this happened to Munchie B, blah, 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 not the B team. I don't actually think this happened. But it was indeed a rumor that Drakeo the Ruler was dumping gasoline on the flames. Now, here it is today. Munchie B's asked about the legacy of Drakeo the Ruler, if he respects him. And Munchie B would just keep it all the way 100 to say, hey, bro, I kicked him in his head while he was on the ground dying. On the red homies. Kicked them all in his head. So yeah, I'm gonna quit running my lips. We're gonna go ahead and just run the...
See, that's when things get tricky. And then I wonder if that's like an admission of guilt to a crime, because I'm wondering too, like how that, happens. You feel me?
content.
Some type of respect for Nipsey Hussle. You fuck with that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got no malice. You know what I'm saying? Everything is bull on your end. You know what I'm saying? What are your thoughts on Drakeo?
No respect. No respect there at all. No respect. And it's crazy because it's because the little his fans / trolls, in my comments saying a little crazy and all that little shit. But what y'all was saying when he was on record disrespecting my homie, rest in peace. He can't talk back, but you disrespecting him. You know what I'm saying?
Long live Red Bull, man.
Long live Red Bull. So, and when he passed, I kicked him while he was down, literally. And when he passed, I kicked him while he was...
Whoa. I kicked him while he was down, literally? It's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy.
Down, literally. And when he passed, I kicked him while he was down, literally. You know what I'm saying? And took shots at him. And now, how his people feel? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because you braggadocious and you disrespecting somebody you didn't kill. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got out of jail because you wasn't guilty. You didn't do nothing, bro. So why be disrespectful? You know what I mean? So hell nah. It's no respect for him. And then even after he passed, what's his name what's that thing called? The dude from the Bay that be putting there, giving people like little deals and shit.
Oh, Empire.
Gotcha.
Empire. Okay, after he passed, they put out a Drakeo album project, whatever it is. About 5 songs on there is referencing me and disrespecting me. So, all right, now, if I rebuttal and I say some disrespectful...
Now, as y'all was able to hear, Munchie B said he literally kicked Drakeo while he was down. Now, what confuses me about this is Munchie B is supposedly blind. So how are you even able to see somebody to kick him, bro? And then he said he got a DM from
I was
Rimble.
thinking about that too. How did you know who you were kicking? I don't want to be funny. I don't want to be facetious, but how would you know? Nigga, you can't see.
How was he able to see these DMs, bro? I'm starting to believe that Munchie B ain't completely blind. However, this would not be the only time that Munchie B would go on record and say that he kicked Drakeo the Ruler in his head while he was on the ground bleeding out from a fatal stabbing. Those guys in Inglewood hated Drakeo the Ruler with a passion. The Black Peace Stones in Los Angeles, California, they hated Drakeo the Ruler with a passion. Westside Treetop Pa Rules out in Bompton, Oh, they hated.
Wait, who did he get into it with from BPS? Who did he get into it from BPS?
Draco with a passion. So the events that unfolded at the Once Upon a Time festival wouldn't come as a surprise to me.
Drakeo the Ruler was killed after a stabbing that happened backstage last night.
CBS 2's Rick Montanez has the latest on the investigation, plus reaction from fans and friends of the rapper.
New video of a fight backstage at the Once Upon a Time in LA Fest at Exposition Park Saturday night. We've since learned Drakeo the Ruler died after he was stabbed.
What would come as a surprise to me is nearly 3 years later, after the demise of Drakeo the Ruler, right away, a case that still has yet to be solved. High-ranking Inglewood family gangster blood member Munchie B would go on a podcast and say he kicked Drakeo while he was down.
He passed. I kicked him while he was down, literally.
Hey, man, I guess all is fair in the game. My only question is, how did you see where to kick him at, Munchie? Like, blood, you gotta start telling me your secrets. Because I know you is not completely blind. You is not Ray Charles blind, Munchie B. There's no way that you Ray Charles blind. Nevertheless, Drakeo the Ruler was one of my favorite artists, and he was 100% my favorite artist on the West Coast, hands down, still is to this day. Go argue with your mother. Oh, it is unfortunate that he is no longer here with us. But playing devil's advocate, all is fair in the game. When you go on track and you talk about somebody's dead.
Hey, I always say this, bro. When it comes to disrespect, it ain't no response that this is going on, bro. You could do whatever you want to do. You feel me? You could do whatever you want to do. When niggas act like, you know, it's this, it's that, blah, 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 blah. You know, it is what it is. You feel me? So, hey, man.
Homie, telling them that he'll never come back, and that's that. You are basically inviting that type of energy from the universe, and you're going to reciprocate. So, to all of my young people out there, watch your mouth, watch what you say, because life and death lies within the tongue, man. Yeah, YouTube family, man, that's all I really got for y'all at this exact moment. I just thought it was real peculiarly strange that Munchie B would go on a podcast and say this, especially since the murder has not been solved yet, bro. That's a clear indicator that you possibly know who did it. Anyways, YouTube family, as y'all already know, we're going to sit up there, we're going to stay down until we come up together. That's just the law around here at this point, man. And hey, y'all jump in the comment section, right?
Hey, man, that's a tricky one. Y'all know the deal though. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. And it's free. Avenue Angel Tweets free. We go.